Welcome back, everyone. We're here today with President and CEO of Altamira Gold, Michael Bennett. Michael, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Andrew. Very pleased to see you again today.
Thanks for making the time. So you had some big news out yesterday with this gold forward purchase agreement. Can you walk us through that news release, how the financing was structured, and what Altamira is planning to use the capital for?
Sure, Andrew. Yeah, well, we've been working, as you know, on the concept of putting our project Cajueiro in the north of the state of Mato Grosso into production now for some time. And over the last few months, it's become obvious that it wasn't going to be on the timelines we anticipated. So we've looked for another avenue to work with a group called Metal Stream, who are going to advance us $6 million in a metal stream, which will involve paying them 2,000 ounces of gold a year over 5 years at a strike price of $600 an ounce. This will give us the capability of initially installing a 1,000 ton a day capacity gravity plant in Cajueiro. And then later in the process, 6 or 7 months later, we'll install a cyanide leach plant to up the recovery. And obviously, as we go along the road here and we increase our resource, our idea will be to take a full environmental license out on our property, and also to ramp up the plant into a larger scale production.
So Cajueiro being your flagship asset, can you remind us how large the resource and what is the grade there again?
Cajueiro has a resource of combined resource of 700,000 ounces at an average grade of 1.2 grams per ton. That resource is built up on an area of around about 400 hectares in the center of a property which is 28,000 hectares in surface extension. And it's an area where there are extensive gold in soil anomalies, and also where the drilling that we have done to, and the trenching that we've done to build that resource still leaves the mineralized open along strike and down depth. So we've got a lot of blue sky involved in this. And what we plan to do here with the small scale plant is really just to take the oxide portion of a part of the ore body in Baldo and Crenching, in the two targets where we have formed part of our resource, and we will take portions of that ore body out down to a maximum depth of 25 meters. This will give us a chance to inject some cash into the company, to also, under the permits which we're using, which are bulk sampling licenses, to understand better the structure. So we know there are two major structural directions, east-west and northeast-southwest. We want to see how those directions coalesce, how many more structures there are in there. And it will be a great showpiece for other companies in Brazil to come and look at our project and believe the story that we really have.
So I know Altamira has quite a bit of land down in the Alta Floresta belt there. You also have properties Santa Elena and Apiacás. Can you speak a little bit about that and what your plans are?
Sure. We have two properties, Apiacás, which is on the northern side of the Alta Floresta belt, to the west of the Cajueiro property. It's a big land position. It's over 80,000 hectares. And it's a very, very interesting property for us because it has the area called Mutum, which historically in the 80s was one of the biggest gold producers in the artisanal mining times in the belt. They produced over 1 million ounces of gold in that particular area. And we have mapped and sampled in that area and discovered an area which is about 4 kilometers east-west extension by 1 kilometer north-south extension, which has an extremely interesting, intrusive rock in there, which is altered and has disseminated gold throughout it. Average grades on our rock samples so far run at plus 1 gram per ton. And we honestly believe that once we start drilling this, we could have a very, very interesting gold deposit on our hands. And in the southern part of the belt, Andrew, we've got our Santa Elena project, It's the project which is closest to the Jaca discovery, the copper discovery, the Anglo-American porphyry copper. It's 60 kilometers to the southwest of their discovery. It has all the ingredients geologically to make it us think that there might be something there at depth as well. So it has a lot of stockwork on surface. It has gold displaced from the copper core. It has a copper and molybdenum soil anomaly there. We now have environmental permits for parts of this area. And once the world allows us to get back to work again, we will be trenching in that project area.
So one of the big topics on investors' minds right now is obviously the coronavirus pandemic. How has that impacted Altamira, and how is the company managing through this crisis?
Well, I think it's been twofold, Andrew, if I look at it really. In terms of field work, obviously we've had to be very careful, and we have asked our guys to stay at home. We haven't pushed any harder, against the tide in Brazil. There are some areas which are trying to go back to work, but we're being a little bit more cautious. And so we'll wait and see during May if we're able to go back into the field again and start the trenching which we wanted to in Santa Elena. In my particular case, it's been very, very useful because it's made me focus on the deal that we were talking about yesterday. And it's enabled us to bring the metal stream deal across the line, I would say, quicker than we would have been able to have done in a normal environment.
Well, Mike, I think that's a good point to leave it on. Congratulations again on this streaming deal you announced yesterday. If viewers would like more information, where can they find the company website, and what is the trading symbol for the company?
The trading symbol is ALTA, and you can find Altamira Gold with all the website information on there. And we will be quite happy to get in contact with you if you leave us any tweets.
All right, thanks for your time, Mike. Thanks for talking today. I look forward to talking with you in the near future.
Thank you very much, Andrew, and have a great day, and please stay safe in this difficult world times.